into the pig farming, production, and to be able to learn the problem, the challenges, and be able to overcome them. And also the capacity building to increase the knowledge. Are you flowing with me? I'm going to ask you a question. I've done my own part. I want somebody to also help me. Also, we have the global, concerning the China, has the global largest pig farming, followed by the Belarus, Europe, South Korea, and then the US. Those are the top 5 that we have in pig production. We also have, we were told about the success of pig farming in Spain. How did they make it? We were told that they were able to do corporate, there were cooperation between the farmers, between the companies, and they were able to talk it together. They talked the problems, the challenges together, and they were able to overcome. They buy cereals together, which we all know that cereals is the largest, is the highest material for the pig feed. And they come together to make negotiation, to beat the price. Also, they work together to have success in the pig farming. And they sell together, that is, they agree with the price. And also, they have better agreement with the slaughtering houses. You can't just bring any animal there until it is approved. More opportunities were also opened to them in terms of the vertical integration between the feed mill, the farm, and the slaughter houses. They have bigger slaughterhouse, strong association, and then it caused the increase in production. They also have good genetics. That is where we have the breeds. This is done by the contracted companies. It's not just by the farmers themselves. They did this thing and were able to produce good products for the farmers to work on. No crosses with the wild. No crosses within just nonsense crossing. But better production were able to achieve and the better growth. In terms of they also have the good facilities. They show us some of those facilities in terms that gave the animal good welfare. You understand? And they have good management. In terms of the health, they practice biosecurities, which reduce the risk of how the disease was spread. And then they were able to fight against it. We're told that there are 2 types of biosecurity. We have the external and the internal. The external ones were the fencing, the quarantine, that is outside of the farm. So you can't just bring any animal without, maybe when you just bought some animals, they have to quarantine them. That is, you isolate them in a particular place, you look at them, you monitor their health before bringing them to your stock. Also fencing, which has to be high, not small or short fencing. Internal one, that is, they prevent any organic material into the farm. And for any report on ASF, you must call the vet doctor. You must not allow the positive animals to enter your farm. You must not eat positive area or sick animals into your farm, and don't feed them with leftover or swills. Those are the swills, that is the waste from household. Don't use wild pig for production, and make sure that your farm is far, at least 1 kilometer from other farms. And then we talk about the policy. That the policy in Nigeria failed the livestock. they were not really, and those, even the LPRES, that is the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Program, does not even, is only for 15 states in the country that benefited from it. In terms of the reproduction, we were told about the gilts, that our gilts should have good legs, both front and back legs, and should have good teeth. We should use our hand to look at it, test it, and to look for the hernia. We must not use those animals that have hernia. Also, we must be able to have gilts that is having about 650 to per gram per day, 650 to 800 grams per day, and or 10 weeks. That is, our animal must be 10 weeks. When it's 10 weeks, it should be 23 to 30 kg, and 100 kg at 24 weeks. At 30 weeks, they should be 135 kg. Our animals can be stimulated. The ovulation can be stimulated by making sure we feed our animal before ovulation. We can also bring light. We can also do other. Can somebody help me in that area? How can you stimulate? If you were here yesterday, can you raise up your hand? How can we stimulate our animal? Yes, sir. Okay. At what day can we introduce the animal? At what day? Can we just expose them like that? At what day? Anybody? Yes, sir. Okay. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Thank you very much. 4 days after weaning for sows, but for gilt, 10 days is okay. Thank you very much. Now, use for boa, if you are going to use boa for semen collection, there are some things we were told to make sure that our animals, that the boa must do. Who can remind us? Anybody? Madam from Calabar. Or is it Oweri? Hello? Yes, I'm talking to you. Yes, ma'am. Okay, from Anambra, sorry. Okay, okay. Anybody else? I want to catch our attention, actually. Anybody else? I said that for boa, if you want to make use of a particular boa, there's some things you must look at for semen collection. The gills or the sows, any other one, they must not be too big. They must not be too big. They must not be aggressive. And they must mature well. Between 9 to 10 months, I told you I'm not going to do it alone. Can I continue? Thank you very much. And also, they must have good body condition. For gills, they must have good body condition. And also, they must have good back fat for the gills. And we were told about when to estrus interval. They must also have, the gilt must have good body condition and good back fat, about, that's about 14 to 18 millimeter. Also, we must, for having good winning estrus interval, our animals must not have, thank you, they must not have bad body condition. This one can make the interval to be very high. They must not have high temperature. They must have good body condition and good light exposure. Any temperature that is higher than 27 degrees Celsius is not good for weaning estrus interval. For heat detection, who can remind me of those signs that we can use for estrus detection? Estrus detection. Do you all know estrus detection? Estrus is still the same thing as heat when the animal is ready for the male animal for mating. Yes, Daddy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mucus, not water. Slippery, yes. Okay, not semen, no. From the female, no. Yeah, the mucus from the, yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Um, he got everything. They will be jumping, they will be mounting on each other, but they will not allow somebody else want to mount them. And then we also were told that we can put our hands on the sides first, then to the belly side before inserting or getting ready for the semen insemination. I'm going to stop here, Ife. And today we have wonderful program. We are starting early and we believe to finish early. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Let's continue the applause. Let's continue the applause. Thank you very much.
Good morning, sirs and ma'ams. You are welcome to today's program. How many of us are members of Pig Farmers Association from Oyo State? Here in the hall. Members of Pig Farmers Association from this state? None. Okay, the chairman that came yesterday is no longer here. Okay, very good. Please, I'm begging, starting from my own, Dr. Olorungbonmi, we're having a YouTube transmission, making this program live. I plead with everybody, whoever is outside, let them come in. It's a training program. Yes, there is a session for Farmers Forum, which is later. And I want those at the back. The recording is scanty. I don't know if I can tell those who are running it right now to please shut it off so that we can, who is in charge of the recording, please just suspend it, just halt it. Can we please move forward? It's scanty. Look at the
today. And before I bring the first facilitator for this morning, I would love to teach us the two types of claps that will be allowed in this session. The rain clap or the thunder clap. So when you are going to clap, I will tell you, let's give Prof a thunder clap. That's just one clap, but it has to sound like a thunder. So let's give Prof a thunder clap. Aha. So the rain clap is the clap that all these children will clap in the school. You know that clap? Let's give Prof that kind of a clap now. Some of us did not go to school. Aha. So Prof has given us an example. So now I'll bring on Giavia Lorente Martin to put us through modern sows, stress, and piglets management. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. So let's go into start. We were talking yesterday about reproduction, and I promise you we're going to talk today more about farrowing, okay, about sow and piglet management. So, thank you. This is what we're going to talk today from a practical vision. We are going to talk about the first hours around farrowing, okay, how important they are, and as well how important it is to manage the sow properly before the farrow, okay? Because, you know, in the farrowing section, we have two different animals, right? Which animals we have? The mother and the piglets. And they have really different needs, okay? So they are completely different. The mother says like that, maybe 200, 300 kilos, and the piglets, they are like that, maybe 1 kilo, 1.2 kilo. So they need completely different things, okay? And we need to understand that, because we need to, when we are working with them in the farrowing crate, we need to prepare the space different for the mother and for the piglet, because they are really, really different, okay? Let me start before just to telling you a little bit about 333, just to let you know that 333, the company where I'm working, is free for you. What does mean? 333, we do a lot of trainings, but we do a lot of content, okay? We write content. I'm going to explain you today things, and I will give you the presentations, okay? But as well, you can go directly in the website, in this peak333.com, and there you are going to find a lot of information that I'm going to explain you today and more that is free for you, okay? So you have here, you are going to have here a lot of information. For example, today we are going to talk about colostrum and about different things, but if you go to the website, you can find more information about that, and it's free for you. You just need to register yourself in the website, okay? Just go to this peak333.com, and and here on the top right, you have the login, okay? So you need to register in the website. You need to press here, then just put one email, a name, and surname, okay? And click here, and it will carry you. You will receive an email, okay, to your mails, just to confirm your information. So after you confirm your information, you will have full access to all this information, okay? You can search, you can find health, management. There is one section, one part of the website that is only talking about ASF, only. about biosecurity, about how the disease, the transmission of the disease. So you can have a lot of information, and it's free, okay? It's all free. So I encourage you just to go there and use it. Okay, let's talk now about what we are here. Let's talk about the management of the sow and the piglet. We have now more and more sows that we call mother sows, that they have more piglets, okay? In the past, the sows, maybe they have, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 piglets. Now more and more, and it will come for you as well. So in the short future, it's going to be coming sows with more piglets, maybe 10, 12, 14, okay? So what does mean? More pigs, more piglets means that some of them, they are going to be smaller, okay? They are going to be, instead of to be like that, they are going to be like that, okay? A little bit smaller. So that means that they need more management, okay? They need more care. We need to take more attention about what we are doing with them, okay? So it's really okay. It's really good to have more piglets, to have 10 or 12, but we need to take care of them, okay? If we don't take care of them, we talked about that yesterday, they are going to die, okay? So we are not going to have nothing. Just an example here, you see the pigs, these are weight of pigs, okay? So you hear that the pigs that they born really small, around 1 kilo or less, they die a lot, okay? They have a mortality around 40%. So 40% of them, they die, okay? So, and then the pigs that they are bigger, this is the weight, okay? The birth weight, okay? So when they are bigger, they are stronger. You see, they die less, okay? So this is normal. If a smaller pig is a weaker pig, okay? So we need to take more care about him. And I'm going to take you, we are going to discuss about how to do it. Let's talk first about the sow. What we have to do for the sow before farrowing, okay? We take the sow, we inseminate them, we have inseminate her, okay? 4 months ago, and she's almost close to farrow, okay? We need to prepare the area, okay, when she is going to farrow, okay, to be clean, to be dry, okay, and if we can give some extra enrichment material like fiber, okay, this is going to be good for the sow, okay, yeah, because the fiber is going to help. It's going to help the farrow, okay? It's going to help to have the sow more calm, more quiet, okay? And the digestion is going to be better. So that means that the farrowing, when she's going to farrow, okay, to have the piglets, the farrowing is going to be better, okay? So before, when we put the animal ready to farrow, this is one farrowing crate that we have in Europe. Maybe now you have others here, or you have open space. It doesn't matter. You need to have this clean and dry, okay? Because the piglets, they are going to be really small, and if it's really dirty around, okay, they are going to get diarrhea, and you are going to have problems, okay? So you need to have this prepared for the sows and for the piglets. What we have to do, what is important when we are talking about the sows? How long time she is farrowing, okay? Why? Because we know that if she is farrowing more time, okay, if the farrow is long, we are going to have more problems, okay? We are going to have more problems with the sow, and we are going to have more problems with the piglets, okay? We have more possibilities for them to die. Okay? So this is important. We have a lot of information that tell us that if we have a sow that is farrowing 5 hours, okay, sometimes happens, after 5 hours, the piglets, they die a lot. They are too much time inside farrowing, okay? So they cannot breathe, and they die, okay? So it's important try to think how to do the farrow length shorter, okay? How we can do it? We need to follow the farrow, okay? The sow is starting farrowing now, okay? Now is in this moment, so you, the farmers or the workers, you need to see what is happening all the time, okay? To see how it's going. You cannot have a sow that is farrowing. You cannot leave the sow farrowing and go, okay? You need to be, maybe not all the time like that, but you need to be there. So, okay, so at minimum, every 20, 30 minutes, okay, you need to go and see what is happening, okay? 20, 30 minutes. If in 20, 30 minutes, imagine, now I have 1 piglet, okay? And I go, and I come back 20 minutes later, and there is only 1 piglet, the same one, I have a problem, okay? What I can do? The first thing to do is to stimulate the sow, okay? To stimulate the sow is the first thing we can do. I don't know if I have here, no, I don't have, okay. To stimulate the sow, I have some videos later. Like in this way, we are increasing the oxytocin, the hormones levels inside the sow, and it's going to help for the farrow, okay? So 20 minutes, no more piglets. I stimulate the sow, okay? Then I go. I come back, okay? Another 20 minutes. Oh, only 1 piglet. I have a problem. What we have to do, we need to see what is happening, okay? What we can do. So we need to help the sow, okay? We need to be careful, okay? Because we can damage the sow, but we need to be, if we have gloves, we need to put a glove, okay? And we need to introduce the hand, okay? And see if we can help. But be careful, because we can damage the sow, okay? So you used to have big hands, right? This is a really big hand. You can see it, okay? You can compare. So if you need to help the sow, which one you will choose? Mine, right? Okay, so if you have in the farm different people and you need to help the sow, try to choose the one like mine, okay? Not this one, okay? Okay, and so you need to try to help the sow and see, sometimes the piglet is crossed inside, so you need to take care and help moving the piglet outside, okay? And then, if you have, I don't know if you use here, if you have here in Nigeria hormones, oxytocin. I don't know if you use oxytocin? Yeah, you use it, you have it? Okay, so if you have it, after help the sow, okay, if you move out the piglets, you can inject oxytocin to the sow, because this is going to help the contractions, okay, and it's going to help you, the sow, to farrow. But only inject oxytocin if you are sure the sow, she doesn't have any problem, okay? Okay? Because imagine, sometimes this is happen, if you inject oxytocin and the sow start doing contractions, if you have 1 piglet is like that, and he cannot go out, all the rest of the piglets, they are going to be pushing. What is that? You are in a tropical country. In Spain, in the south of Spain, it's really warm. Okay? We have high temperature as well, sometimes around 40 degrees. If it's really hot, really warm, she doesn't want. In the coldest hours of the day. That means in the early morning, okay, or maybe in the late evening, okay? It's because it's colder, the temperature is much better. So the animal, she's going to eat more, okay? In the middle of the day at 12 o'clock, or now 11, or it's really warm, it's really hot. She is not going to eat. She doesn't want to eat, okay? So try to feed in the coldest hours, okay, of the day. And then don't give too much food at the same time. Okay, maybe it's better to give different small feeds than only one big, okay? Because the animal, she cannot eat a lot in once. It's like us, okay? We eat during the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and in the middle, it's good. We were talking yesterday about the back fat, okay, for the reproduction, okay? We were talking that good back fat is good to the sow to get pregnant. But as well, good back fat is good for the sow to produce milk, okay? Because the milk, you know, have a lot of fat, okay? So you need as well to have a good level of fat in the sow for a good milk production, okay? And then water. Sorry, you cannot see it really well. Not really well, you cannot see it. But this is the water. Here is the different days, okay? She can survive with less. She can survive, but she cannot produce milk, okay? Or she cannot produce the milk that we want, okay? So be careful with that. So this is the same I have told you. You can see it here better, maybe, but it's the same. Okay, and the other point is we talked as well yesterday, is the temperature. The last point with the sow, okay, is to have the better as possible temperature in the room for her, okay? But remember, for the sow, then we have the piglets, and the piglets, they need another temperature. So we are going to talk about the piglets now, but let me finish about the sow. So we need to try to refresh a little bit the sow, because with that she will eat more food and she will produce more milk, okay? And it's demonstrated, you can see here, so there are some studies about that, but the studies say that not only the quantity of water, but the temperature of the water they drink, okay, helps to produce more milk. So if they are drinking water, here is safe. They were giving water with 22 degrees of temperature, okay? And then they did another study, and they gave water with 15 degrees of temperature, more colder, okay? So the study where they were giving water at 15 degrees, so colder, they increase the milk production around 20%, okay? So 20% is a lot, okay? And that was refreshing the water. Maybe you cannot refresh the water in your farms, but at least you can think, for example, from where you put the pipes, okay? If you put the pipes where all the sun is coming, the temperature of the water is going to go high. So if you put the pipes maybe inside or in some part that there is more shadow, okay? So maybe the temperature of the water is not going to go high, so it's going to be better, Okay, so you need to think about that. So you can use showers like this one here in Nigeria. Thank you, Ayobami, for the picture. And, or like this here, that is a system, okay, that we are refreshing the sow with some water as well. Okay, this is about the sow, okay? Now, let's talk about the piglet. Let's talk about the piglet, what to do with the piglet. You know, the first hours after farrowing are critical for the piglets, okay? The temperature when the piglet go out from the mother, he's around 39 degrees body temperature, okay? But in the first hour, in the first one, they lose almost 4-5 degrees in 1 hour. So the temperature go down really fast. That means that they become weaker, okay? They lose a lot of the temperature, so they become weaker. So we need to try to avoid that. We need to try to help the piglets in order not to reduce the temperature, okay? So first hours are critical. How to do it? We have a lot of systems. We can try to dry a little bit the piglets, okay? We have powders, we can find powders, we can have napkins or something that can dry the piglets just after farrow. Because when the piglets farrow, they are wet. You know they are wet, okay? So when they are wet, this process makes the piglets lose the temperature. So if we can dry them, we will help them, okay, to maintain the temperature. So we can dry them. Then of course we can use these boxes, okay, that I know this crate is from here, from Nigeria. So you can have these boxes where you can put the piglets inside, okay, and it's more warm inside. Maybe you have some heating, better, but if you don't have, at least inside it's more warm, okay? So you just have to do it in the first moment. When the piglet is going out, okay, just try to dry it and put it to get warm. This is the first step. The first, before to take the colostrum. Because to take the colostrum, the piglet needs energy. She has to move. If he doesn't have energy, he cannot go. He cannot go to the teats. You see, good example. You see, when a piglet is farrowing sometimes, he farrows and he's open the legs. He cannot move. She is moving like that. So they really cannot go to the teat, okay, and drink colostrum. We need first to dry them, okay, to give temperature to them, and then put it in the colostrum, okay? You can use different systems. These boxes, one box, okay, where you can put the piglets inside. You can maybe put some tap on top, and there the temperature is going to maintain, so they are going to have better temperature. Then we have, in Europe, we have other systems more modern. When we can close them, we can put heating lamps, okay? And it's working. If you have heating lamps, use it the first hours. But if you don't have it, at least do something. Boxes, whatever, okay? If you don't do nothing, you are not going to get nothing. Remember that all the time. Different systems. You see, a lot of systems just to keep the piglets warm. Okay, these are pictures that I take in the first that I visit. Okay, so different pictures to get the piglets warm. Okay, now they are warm. Okay, they have just born. We have given them temperature. Okay, just not too much time. They need to be drying. Maybe just with 40 minutes, 40, or 1 hour, it's okay. they get dry, okay? So after that, it's time for the colostrum. Now it's time to go to the colostrum. So for that, we need to help the piglets to go to the south, okay? Here is one video. You can see how this guy, he is helping the piglets to go close to the south, okay, to get the colostrum, okay? You see, he is helping, okay? This is the way. We need to work. We need to help the piglets. They are really weak. They are really small, okay? So if we want really to take colostrum as fast as possible, we have to do that. And in the first hours, remember, the colostrum is not in the south all the time. The colostrum is only the first 24 hours, okay? 24 hours. Then she has milk, but she has not colostrum, okay? So in the first 24 hours, all the piglets, they need to take colostrum. So we need to help them for that. Another video, you can see it, you can put it, the first one. Okay, he's stimulating. He's stimulating the sow for the milk coming. Okay, so you see, you cannot listen him, but he's doing. Okay, she's stimulating the sow and touching the sow, touching the teeth, because this stimulation helps a lot to the milk come down. Okay, so it's really good for the colostrum to help the piglets take the colostrum. And then if we have a big litter, okay, if we have a lot of piglets, imagine we have 10, 12 piglets, 14 piglets. I don't know if you already have some of that in here, but it will come. It will come. I'm sure that it will come. If you have a lot of piglets, the small ones are going to have more problems always to have colostrum, because the big ones, I am the big guy. So again, who do you think that will take colostrum before? He or myself? He is going to take colostrum before than me. Of course, he is bigger than me and stronger than me. If we need to fight for one teeth, he is the winner. Okay? So but I need colostrum as well. I need it. So we need to help the piglets to get it. Okay. How we can help them? You have seen putting the piglets close to the teeth, but as well, if we have a big litter, what we can do is sometimes to take the big ones, okay, put the big ones in a box, okay, inside the box for maybe 40 minutes, and in that way, the small ones, they can go to the teeth. So now I put this guy in a box, and now the teeth is mine. I have colostrum. Okay? Okay? So try to do that. This is just some information for you, but if the piglets, if they don't take colostrum, the body temperature of the piglets can go down between 3 and 5 degrees. Okay? That's a lot. That's a lot. Remember that the body temperature of the pigs is around 39 degrees, a little bit higher than the humans. Okay? So 2 to 5 degrees, that's a lot of temperature. Okay? So we cannot have this. We need to help the piglets. Put this video, please, again, as well. You can see here, this is a piglet with a thermic camera. So who do you think that are the piglets they don't have colostrum? Which ones? You can see, just see the colors. Just see the colors of the pigs. This is a thermic camera, okay? I have a camera, we have a camera that I can measure the temperature of the animals in the farm. So you have here different colors of the piglets. What do you think that have less colostrum? These ones, right? They are dark. They have low temperature. And this is why, if you see the video, it's more difficult. It's more difficult for them to go to the teat. So they don't have the same energy. You can see these ones, they are teething really well. They are suckling perfectly. But these ones, they are lost. They don't know where to go. They are like that because they don't have energy, okay? So this is why it's important to really help these piglets. Okay, and that's the last presentation is 40 minutes. I think that's what I have for that. So this is my last slide, I think. Remember, first day, first hours, most important, colostrum. Colostrum, colostrum, colostrum. This is necessary for the piglet, not only to survive the first hours. The colostrum gives the immunity for the piglets later. If they don't take colostrum, okay, they are going to have problems during the rest of their life, okay? So remember that. And colostrum is not the same like milk. They look similar. They are not the same, okay? They need to take colostrum from their mother, okay? From their mother, always, like the babies, like, okay? They need to take colostrum for the mother because it's the way they get the immunity, okay? And the immunity is going to be necessary to the digestive defense for everything in the future, okay? So first day, our priority in the farm is to help the piglets to get colostrum. As I have told you, temperature, helping the piglet, okay? Maybe putting the big ones and letting the small ones take it. This the first hours, okay? 24 hours. Then, second day, they need to start and continue milking, okay? So let them, help them if you see any problem, help them, but they need to take milk. And then, I don't know if you do it here in Nigeria, but we did it in Spain or in other countries. If you cut, I don't know if you cut the teats of the piglets, if you cut the teats, or if you cut the tail sometimes, or if you castrate the pigs, don't do it the first day. Don't do it the second day. Do it at least the third day. Why? Because if you do the first day, if someone cut my teeth, forget it. I'm not going to eat nothing. I don't want to eat. When you go to the dentist and he do something with you, you go after the dentist, you go to the restaurant to eat? No, you have teenage. You have problems. You don't want to eat, but you need to eat. For us, it's no problem. If I don't eat now, I will eat maybe later. But for the piglets, the first day, remember, is the colostrum. If they don't take the colostrum the first day, they don't take it. They don't have it anymore. There is no more colostrum. So the first day, forget it. Don't do nothing with the piglet. Only help the piglet to go to the teat, get temperature, and take colostrum. You will have time for the rest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Javier Lorento Martins. Wait now. The rainmaker has come. The thunderman has come. I'm the one that I make the rain and I make the thunder. But right now I want to ask, what do you think Mr. Lorento deserves? A thunder or a rain? Both. So let's give him one thunder clap, one rain clap. Thank you very much. I, he brought from his wealth of experience, and the lecture was clear and easy to learn. While he was delivering his lecture, Dr. A.B. Adekeye from the International Livestock Research Institute came in. He will be delivering his lecture after this presentation. But while Mr. Adekeye, you can move to the high table, please. Mr. Shoronke, please help move Mr. Adekeye to the... Dr. Adekeye, I'm very sorry. Dr. Adekeye, help move him to the high table, please. So while we listen to Javier Lorente Martins, there was something I observed. For you to really make impact or get results from your pig production enterprise, you must be someone who is ready to exercise. He was talking about using the hands. He was talking about massaging. So while we are with Dr. Adekeye, let's all rise up. Let's rise up, let's rise up, let's rise up. We have come to class. Let's rise up. Let's rise up. So, we are going to burn little calorie. So, first, stretch your hands up, stretch it up. Oh, I love that. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. You know, we are going to need that hand. You need to massage. You need to help the sow. You are going to feed. You are going to help the bois, help the sow, help the piglet. Raise up your hand and how many minutes have you used? We are going to help for 4 hours. You just did it 3 seconds and you're already putting the hands down.
But don't push so strong, eh? Don't push so strong, like, be careful with the teeth. You understand me? You have to do that to stimulate the teeth, okay? But don't do it really strong, okay? Because not.
Thank you very much. So let's have our seats as I bring on Dr. A.B. Adekeye for repositioning pigpreneurship in Oyo State, a clarion call. You're welcome, sir, for your presentation. Let's give him a thunderclap. Another thunderclap. Another thunderclap. Another thunderclap. Another thunderclap. A rain clap.
Good morning, everyone. I want to congratulate us for this program. The organizer, or the organizers, I don't know, the committee, well, I may not know us by name, but if I didn't know anybody, I know our father here, Professor Adesenyiwa. We have been together in many livestock history. As I sat down there, he was reminding me, he was informing me of another task that is about to be embarked upon. Yes, I want to give every one of us, those who are present here, and those of us joining globally online. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever we are located. I was not here yesterday, but I joined online. I was following through the live streaming channel. So it's a good job. Congratulations, sirs and Ma. We have been looking into pig production, acquiring skills, from different angles since yesterday. We have here productionists, nutritionists, veterinary specialists, farmers, both from stakeholders from government and non-government organizations. And today, I'm saddled with a task. I have only two major tasks ahead of me. One, to look at what is expected of the farmers by the government or and what the farmer are expected from the government. Well, I'm not a government representative. Let me first clear that. Yeah, I work with a non-government organization. But by virtue of my engagement, we have some rapport. Of course, IAR&T still stands as the main technical partner to your state government, as far as livestock is matters in the state. So based on that platform, I'm not standing here as maybe Adekeye. I'm standing here to represent the whole IAR&T globally. IAR&T is International Livestock Research Institute. So I want to welcome us here once again. Based on the topic given unto me, briefly we'll be looking at repositioning pigpreneurship in Oyo State. Repositioning pigpreneurship in Oyo State. Permit me, if I'm being biased about the state, I'm sorry. I know there was some other people here maybe from another state saying that, why Oyo State? Well, I don't know. After all, IGCB Oyo ni Oyo CB Babe ni Kakans. All right. So we'll be looking at the pigpreneurship in Oyo State. A clarion call. Repositioning pigpreneurship in Oyo State. With this, we'll be looking at what are the expectations of the farmer, what are the expectations of the government and non-government organizations. And by the end of the day, I strongly believe that there will be a communique that will be drafted from this meeting. And maybe before I continue, I want to ask that we have some group farmer, we have Pig Farmer Association, maybe the representative or the ESCOs. Are we here? Sorry, can we just wave our hand if we are here? We are here. That's very good, because there will be a task that we are going to do together, or that I will ask us to do at the end of this meeting. All right. Pigpreneurship just defines pig and entrepreneurship together. We have been looking at the production. We have looked at management. We have looked at earth management, housing management, feeding management. We have looked at value addition. I don't know if we have looked at value chain in pig industry. All this we have looked into. Some people start their pig business by their personal savings, some by taking loans, some source fund on the from one way or the other. But it's very, very important to see how we can translate this to the business aspect of it. And I work with the research organization, but I used to tell people that until we are able to convert research to production, until research is becoming what is becoming commercialization, it's not yet taken as a research. Until we are able to see, okay, maybe we have to have you are producing for a lean meat, you are producing for fat, or you are producing to increase litter size, or you are producing for a particular trait. What are we looking at is to look into how it can be turned into the business aspect of it. And that is why today, in those days, we'll be hearing about agriculture, Abi? But today, what we are hearing is agribusiness, because we are moving. And that is why we are looking at this. Where is defined as the entrepreneurial activity involved in starting. Entrepreneurial activities involved in running, that management. Entrepreneurial activities involved in innovating within the pig farming, begin the pig production industry. And looking at this, there are several roles of several stakeholders. We are going to be looking together. Not looking at the pigpreneurship aspect, we look at the focus on breeding aspect, which I know expertise have done justice to since yesterday. I'm not here to talk about that. I know we have been taking through management. I was fortunate to meet one in the course of presentation. We have looked into marketing of per product. That is the marketing, that is the commercialization aspect. We have looked at several market channels, several market approaches, how we can market it productively, probably having value addition of a value chain line. Also, we are focusing on creating a big team product for functioning market. How to create a functioning market within the industry. Let me tell us, either we have a cluster or we operate as an individual, where to a certain extent is not for competition, is more of complementation. We have heard about several big farms in the state or in the country. We have this one at Okearo. We have one also at somewhere in Port Harcourt. Very big farms. But we are looking at how to reposition this business within the state here, and even especially during this administration. But in repositioning this, we cannot but talk about some gaps that exist in the industry. We cannot but talk about some gaps that exist. I know that here we should be discussing various gaps that exist between the current production performance and the desired or expected production performance. There are a lot of gaps. Somebody knows you stock your piglet, or you stock maybe at any level of that you're stocking your animal. You expected that in the next 6 months you expected to have this particular weight, or maybe they have told you that this particular breed will give you the particular weight at this age. But we are not having that. It's a gap. There's a gap that exists in about security and management. Yet, I was asking somebody last week, I said, this ASA, what are you doing about it? Is there no fasting? Is there no innovation? Where are we conquering this? War about ASF? It's still a problem. There are a lot of gaps exist in place of feed, which I know expertise must have done justice to this yesterday. Feed and nutrition. Because don't forget that in any livestock value chain, pig alone constitutes about 70% of cost of production. And it's very, very important. Gap exists in the volume of production. If we should ask expertise here today, some people will say that there are a lot of demand somewhere, it's not met, this and that. Why are we having these gaps? Some will be attributed to finance. Some will be attributed to maybe resources. Some will be attributed to one factor or the other. Gap exists in the gross profitability. You have written a business proposal that there will be this return, there will be the rate of return is this, the rate of return is this, but at the end of the business cycle, it's not giving that. There's a gap that is existing. Gap exists in the net contribution to individual and national income baskets. We have many other livestock that we can say that it contributes this to this. By God's grace, I was involved in technical committee that is developing the livestock master plan for the country. At the same time, involved in the technical committee that is working on the on a livestock project also for the state. We have some of this data by many other livestock value chain. But what is the contribution from the pig industry to the individual or even the national income basket? That gap exists. Gap exists in the animal welfare. There are gaps in the compliance to regulatory and no, just as we have it there. But in repositioning the pig pre-nut chip in the state, we quickly run through the three main stakeholders. Then we discuss, then I end this discussion. All right, the farmers. The primary stakeholder in repositioning the pig industry in the state are the farmers. And that is why I salute the patience of our great farmers here this morning. Now, looking at what is expected of us by the government, it's expected that as a farmer, we cooperate with developmental plan by the government. Very soon, some program will be rolled out, which will involve profiling even the farmers in terms of the population of the animal, in terms of the household. Yesterday, I was discussing with a senior colleague, and we are looking at developing a feed basket for the nation. And when we were looking at it, we're brainstorming. We come to a point and said, that, okay, how are we going to go about this? This is going to be a very large work. Because in developing a big basket, you need many data. Okay, along the way, we say, okay, can we have a feed landscape? Because when we're looking about the feed basket, you are looking at the volume of the animal in terms of the population. You are looking at the volume of the feed. What the balance? Do we have enough? Is it a negative balance? Is there any basket that is not yet tapped that need to be tapped into? Now, this cannot be done except there's profiling. Last 3 weeks, we were discussing about having a profile about the program that maybe early part of next year it will start. Some of us must have heard about it even when the Excellency, the governor, was in London for Agribusiness Summit. I don't know if any of us are here that is aware of it. Sometimes last year, he made mention of AGROBREEDERS project. AGROBREEDERS is not new in the country. It's a program that is already started. It's a 6-year project. It's already started. And part of what will be done is to put policy and even profiling in place, which we inform for. That is why I said that the presence of the farmers here this morning is very, very important. It's expected of the farmer to promote advocacy. We'll be talking more about this. And also even in cluster formation. There are some benefits that cannot be tapped into by individual. There's a place for a strong, a well-coordinated cluster and cooperative society. Yes, because some resources will not be given to us as an individual. Permit me to say that, Yoruba, they say that ipe ororun láti ṣe ẹyọ ìgbálẹ̀ ẹyọ kan. But tó bá wà ní odidi, if it's in bundle, it's very, very difficult to cut. So it's expected that, okay, when we need the big farmers to appear somewhere, a well-coordinated cluster, a well-coordinated cooperative society is very, very important. We need to strengthen this to harness funding, to harness resources in terms of human resources, in terms of financial resources, in terms of material resources, in terms of skill acquisition. It's expected. Partnering with expertise across the globe, this can easily be done by cluster. This can easily be done by cooperative formation, which will help us to move further and faster. Now, quickly, we look at the responsibility of non-government organizations. Broadly, I have the research and academic institutions here. I was mentioning about the BSF the other time. The other time. By now, I know a lot of research are ongoing. We know some breed of pig that one way or the other, they have gone in extinction. Because people are looking for breeds that will be, the profitability and sustainability will be high. Maybe you are looking for breed that has high feed conversion ratio. You are looking for a breed that has high carcass percentage. You are not looking for a breed that you feed and feed and feed and feed. Why are we even wasting feed? It's the role of research academic environment to look into breed improvement in form of
maybe artificial insemination, and every other, recent and novel technology. Looking at feed, the place of feed is very, very important. It's very, very important. What are the combination of the feed resources that can give a least cost combination for a sustainable productivity? There are many resources that are wasting with their environment, but that we don't know the uses. It's the function of the research and academic environment to work in hand with the farmers. Unfortunate enough, in Nigeria, some of these different entities, they move in parallel to each other. Don't forget, many of the organizations have forgotten that by the time you finish your research, the end user are the farmers. They are the farmers. So a research result or output that is not having end user driven is not a research. It's not only about to populate. No. In doing this, the place of improved production system, which I met the presenter before me, that I met him discussing the other time. In the place of value addition. You may not really have a big farm, but you may be involved in big business. Some are involved in retailing. Is the role of an in-depth research activities to lead us through how you can still maximize value chain addition, or value addition, or value chain, the case may be, along the production line. Some are involved in slaughtering and in packaging. All this is needed to reposition the big business in the state. Let's see how things can be maximized even beyond our traditional way. Because don't forget, if we do it in the same way, we continue to have the same results. And I think that is why we are here since yesterday. So that by the time we go back home, we have a new orientation that we can apply. And before we know what is happening, together we can change this industry in the next coming years. What about the place of financial institutions? When we talk about all this, we have been talking about the place of funding is primary. It's very, very primary. Many financial institutions keep farmers in place of high profit or high interest rates. So it's the work of financial institutions working with the government to see that this is sustained. That this is sustained. I'll be discussing. I'll be discussing this further in the next slide. That this is very, very important. And I think we should also add the place of insurance into it, because we cannot rule out the fact that livestock business is a risk business, and that is why we keep on advocating for the place of livestock insurance program or packages. Please put it in the part of the communique we are going to draw to the state government and of this meeting, so that we will not form victim of, not that you have done everything you want to do, your biosecurity in place, your management plan, your housing good, but one way or the other, we cannot rule it out. When people come here, we are talking about livestock. When we are talking, okay, want to stock this, I said, let me first tell you, if you are new in the business, your animal will die. I said, I'm not prophesizing evil. We are only trying to limit the mortality. That it did not die at all. It's not about you are prophesizing evil. It's not about that. Fine, you can put it below minimal rate if you are not careless. But in repositioning the big business in the state, the place of financial institution is very, very important. Now we'll be looking at the place of the government, especially Oyo State government. 3 days ago, it was officially announced that the YIP loan is out. I forgot to add the link to this slide. Yes, the link to access the document. I forgot to add it. Between 2001 and between 2021 and 2022, Oyo State trained about 3,000 youth on agribusiness value chain. I was involved in one of the facilitators. It was very taskful and a very, very, very big work because training about 3,300 youth is not an easy task. But now we have been, initially, the plan was just to train the youth and just to train the youth. But along the way, we said it will be terrible on our part if we are involved in this. And at the end of the training, fine, training is the resources that you have given. We agree. But beyond this, there's a need for capital or material resources. So after a lot of back and forth, like that, the state governor approved the package of, I think, 500 million naira loan, which is just started this very week. It started this very week. So it's part of what the government is doing to change the level of agribusiness, which involve livestock and which, pig is involved in the state. Please, I will continue to emphasize it that I'm not a party to any government organization. We are only trying to guide them in what to do. But at the same time, we only need to tell them what they should do. We can't enforce it to them, but it will be recorded that we say what they should do. If they don't do it, that is their own issue. But in our own part, we are going to say that. The second point is very, very important. And I want the organizer of this meeting or the stakeholder of organization or the association present here to put together, so I talk off mic. Permit me to off mic. Yeah. Board market in the state. Last week, we're drawing a work plan for for the EPRES project. And part of what we included as a recommendation is big village. But you know better. And that is why I started from the issue of cooperating with developmental plan and government policy. In a way, our individual differences will set in. Because only somebody can say that but looking at the environmental issue or some other assessment, environmental impact assessment that will be done, it may not fit that area. It may be, let us put it in this area. And this one said, no, because in the process of not harmonizing our individual differences, we can lose the whole benefit. And don't forget, posterity will not forgive us. We were discussing last 3 weeks, and I was telling somebody, I said, okay, the state is about to embark on a project, very huge project of about 30 million, 30 million USD. As if I'm consulting for state on this project, I should not be a failure I mean, I should not be a path to failure. Because posterity will not forgive us. So that is why the task I want to give to us, that I say I will give to us, is the issue of this pig village. A modern pig village. A modern pig village. Let's meet. Let's put together where can it be located. Please, we can still discuss this further after this meeting. Let's see how where it can be located. So that it's even to our own glory. Even if it's not located in our town, no, that's not a problem. Yet it's still within the state. It's our own glory. So that those things we have seen, those structures we have seen, those managemental level they have taught us, these are their processing pig, these are their packing pig, these are they are doing this, these are they are doing this. We are going to have it live. You see, sometimes, last week, from primary school, I've been reading, permit me to say this, and they don't laugh too much. I've been reading about combined harvester. I've been reading that there's something called combined harvester, that you'll be going like this and you'll be cutting maize, you'll be removing the cob, the husking, you'll be selling it. In fact, how many of us will combine harvester in our WAEC or SSC? If you answer a question, maybe in your SSC or your WAEC about combined harvester, or you are taught in secondary school, you must have been taught in secondary school. I didn't see it in my life until I went to a farm here in Oyo State last week. And the guy said he has bought a combined harvester for about 55 million naira. I was first looking at could this be true? He took me to the place. Come and see. I saw the thing. I climbed it like this. I first remember my primary, my secondary school, maybe SS1 Greek. He said we are going to take it to the feed. I was looking how this thing will go to the feed. They started the thing. We went to the feed. And before you know what is happening, it started working. It was working. As it was working like this, me, I'm very curious. I was following the machine. I am following it. The only thing I am seeing is Ukwati, Ekwagbado. So these are the thing work. After some time, I said, I'm going on. He said, let us empty the tank. They just drove one a trailer of a tractor like this. The guy just pressed one button, and as if you are offloading sand, already grain, already set grain, neat grain, is just moving to a tank. I said, not on YouTube, not in Europe, here in Oyo State. I'm sick, I felt somehow. Of course, they have to, because the guy has about 150 hectares of maize that he need to harvest. So I asked them, the rain is falling, let us stop harvesting till the rain subside. Already the maize is ready for harvesting. So what I'm trying to say is that we can also have a pig village where we have a modern facilities installed. What we are watching on YouTube, what we are watching online, can be watched directly, with our physical eyes like this. So let's put it together. If this only we are going back on way, let it be done. Let it be done. Let it be done. Then is the expectation of the farm or the government is also fostering the partnership with expertise. There are some, for example, now let's say that you and I alone want to organize this meeting. It may be difficult to bring in maybe a foreign expatriate. By the time you hear the flight ticket, we hear maybe you need to pay for visa. By the time we even hear this call, we say that not that we don't want him, but by the time we see the cost. But it's the role of the government to partner with expatriates, both at national, at international level, to see how the big business in the state can be repositioned, so that in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, we can see that some of these gaps that we have established here are met. That we can look back and say, gone are the days when this, gone are the days when this. Gone are the days when you raise broiler for 12 weeks. Gone are the days you raise broiler for 10 weeks. This day, 4, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, broiler is ready. It's a result of innovation and the research. Innovation, research, and you understand? And the same thing can also be done here. So, with this, we have to know that repositioning business in the state is a collective task. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Adikeye. So, once again, I'll ask, what type of clap do we think Dr. Adikeye deserves? It's okay. Okay. Do we give him a rain clap or a thunder clap? So, if we are giving him both, let's first have thunder, then the rain clap. Thank you very much once again, Dr. Adikeye. As we await Professor Aoke Adesanyewa for the panel discussion, I would just like to share something very important with us as farmers or members of the pig value chain. Tell the person closest to you, say update. I said, tell the person closest to you, say update. 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 In any agricultural value chain, there's need for updates, there's need for upgrades. No farmer can live in isolation. And that is how a lot of farmers have been able to cope with the challenges that we face in the pig value chain business or the enterprise. You find out that a lot of farmers that belong to clusters or have link with institutions like our own. Ours is the Institution of Agricultural Research and Training, More Plantation Ibadan. A lot of our farmers that belong to a lot of our platforms, immediately we hear information that there's an outbreak of ASF, we begin to tell them. We've trained them biosecurity protocols, but we know there's need to heighten more biosecurity now. We start informing them. And that is update. So a farmer will begin to plan, what do I do? Do I have the capacity to combat this? If I don't have the capacity, what do I do now? And that is one very, very important thing about belonging to a cluster, an association, or having an affiliation with a good organization. I know there was a time, if we called for Peak Summit, called for Peak Conference, the hall will be full. But because of some of the challenges that is in the business, we can now see that people are leaning back, leaving the business. But it is the strong that would pull through. We've come to relearn. A lot of us have learned over the years. We've come to relearn again. So, one thing you should take away from this forum is the network. The network is very important because there will continually be updates. Say update. Update. So, now I'll bring on Professor Aoke Adesanyewa for the panel discussion. Prof, you're welcome, sir. Thunderclap. Thunderclap. Thunderclap.
I hope the thunder. Thank you very much. Sorry, some of us stepped out because this meeting is very crucial. And when I say it's very crucial, I'm here. At least I'm still privileged to be anchoring a group of practitioners with pig. But for you to know the value of this meeting, the mama pig, this is Mary Aku, is the treasurer of PFAN. Mr. Oyedepo that you saw yesterday that spoke is the PRO of PFAN. Mr. Ajide is the state chairman for Kwara. Mr. Ojo is even the zonal coordinator for Southwest. So we just stepped out to steal the opportunity. They just wanted us to have a meeting. So that's why we stepped out. So my apologies. Having said that, we've listened to the two speakers this morning, and there is something that I want to steal. Please, I'm not a robber, but that I want to steal from what we were discussing there that is relevant to the session we are going into. Javier Laurentis told us something that they do in Spain, that there is €1 that is checked off from every animal, if I get it right. And there is a way, whether in cents, it goes to government, the professional body, and all that, so that at least that body is contributing to the system. And I challenge us, pig farmers, apart from me producing and making my sales, what am I getting back to government as a farmer, as a practitioner? Our tax system in Nigeria is horrible. We want to get from government, but let's tell ourselves, what are we giving to government? And what am I stealing from that short meeting we had? That information is that when those who come to our farm or farms to buy, when they come, I'm not saying they are stealing, but they are there to shave your head. They come and they will move those animals at night. When they move the animals at night, are they paying any tax or any whatever to any? No. All this traveling at night, yes, the animals are supposed to be moved in the cool period of the day. But at the same time, they are also avoiding all the roadblocks. So government will tell us they are not generating anything from us. With what Dr. Adekeye came to give this morning, I want to believe he could have spoken, but somebody else was also supposed to speak, Mr. Ayo Okediji, who has a link with government of Oyo State. The government of Oyo State, they are asking us that what are we contributing to the economy of the state? For them to say they want to do something for us. So the ball is in our court. We have listened in most places, like we had Laurenti present in the US, sometimes they don't count the number of animals. They categorize your farm based on the number of sows you have. I hope I'm... So that they know, okay, you say you have 1,000 sow. They know what will be the output. Okay, 1,000 sows in 1 year, yes. Farrowing twice, 2.5 times in 2 years, yes. What number of piglets, what number of fatteners, so they know what will come out from that farm. But because we don't plan, we just, I'm interested in this business, we just start. Are we making gains? Are we not making gains? What are those things we are supposed to look into? We are not being cautious of them. We believe to do it right, there must be a paradigm shift. That is, we must shift from the way we were doing it before. Everybody, every practitioner Whether you are into sales, you are into input, you are into raising the animal. That is the essence of what Laurenti was telling us this morning. A lot of us listened to him when he was describing when animals are farrowing, when the sow is farrowing. What do you do? He showed us a table. If the animals took 2 hours to farrow, 2.5 hours to farrow, that is the length of time, you will see that your animal that, oh, he farrowed 18. How many stillbirths? 12. What is left? 6. Is that a gain? No. He told us certain things. One could have blocked that particular opening through which the animal will come out. The others, when you give oxytocin and then the place is blocked, how would they come out? They will suffocate and they will die. So by the time they are coming out one after the other, they are already dead. Before you get to that stage, what should you do? And when you get to that stage, what is the best action to be taken? I told you what are the expectations of government. Not just, I'm just using Oyo State as example. In the various states that we are practicing our businesses, we know our government or our ministries may not be doing it right. When there is time to give some support, what do? It is who are the people that are giving the things? Politicians. In this particular institution and some other institutions, they send people for training. This all will be full. They have sent people for training here, poultry, piggery, and everything like that. And when they come, and when they are giving, in fact, sometimes they give them startups. Startup, that is, they could give them 100 for the one for chicken. They could give them 2 or 4 cartons. At that junction, that place becomes a market. None of them will go with it. How much are you ready to offer? These are people that have been kept here for 2 weeks, fed, housed, and then later they have given them. Has government not tried? We should check ourselves. I say, what I've seen in Nigeria today, the cause of our problem is not corruption. The cause of our problem, which will lead to corruption or any other thing, is indiscipline. We are not disciplined people. Let's do it this way to get this result. We will not want to follow that route. We want to cut corners. All that Laurenti has said, Mr. Ayobami has said, Dr. Adeke has said, Mr. Tomi said yesterday that you know about him. Where do we get our animals? A fellow farmer will sell a runt. Runt, what is a runt? Animal that can never grow to market weight. You will now sell it as an improved, a good animal, breeding stock to your fellow farmer to use it for breeding. Does that person have a conscience? Is that person disciplined? Does that person have the fear of God? So those are the things that we need in a very short period of time. We have listened to their presentations, coupled with the ones that we had yesterday. I want our question to be, how do we go from here? It is not about, and they should tell them to, What can take us from the level we are now? I have seen this beautiful lady. If you were to be a lady, and I'm qualified to be a bachelor that is yet to be married, looking for a wife, I should first of all examine myself. Do I have what it takes to marry? before proposing to the lady that I want to marry? Do you have what it takes to run a farm before you go into planning to own a farm? And again, must every one of us go into starting a farm? Or should we also dive into some areas? What areas? What stops us from taking over after we have formed ourselves into groups? Let some group be sourcing for market, selling the product to the market. We have a pool. So no external body is taking advantage of us. As a group, I know it's done in Lagos and some other places been to in the country. The cooperative, they produce feed. You as a farmer may not have money to buy feed as at that time, but you will take feed and then later you can pay when you are disposing of the animals, because you belong to that group. So why can't we also go into processing? Processing, we have a market target, and then we are processing to meet that target market. Are we doing that? Can we pull resources together? If we must process, we need what is called a boiler. That after slaughtering the animals, you put the animal into it to remove the hair on the skin. And after doing that, you bring it out, you have drained the blood, and then you can cut it open. You can do all the needful, clean it up. After cleaning, then you want to take the animal into a blast freezer that will first of all give it a cold shock. Within a very short time, it is frozen, and then it is taken to a cold storage. Do we want to run a system that will now help us after blast freezing, take it for cold storage, and then there is a cooling van that is supplying? And then we have a standard that it must not fall short of this standard for our product to continue to be marketable. Because if we air all this training, all the talk, all the information, and we don't run with it, when we call for another training, what happens again? We come. So this morning, I believe we should celebrate ourselves that we have been privileged to listen to all the various speakers. Whether it is what was said yesterday or particularly what has been said today with respect to the two presenters, if there are still some things that you want clarification or that we can together discuss, just for a short period, I want you to indicate while we do that. Comments to feel about the discussion of Dr. Adekeye, Mr. Lorente, and then even if it's yesterday, after sleeping over the night, you thought of certain things that you had, and you want to take it off from there. Can we have a dialogue for a very short period of time? Yes, sir, that's number one. Who again? Number two. Please note your number. Number one, number two, number three. I didn't ask a question. So, number four. I will get to you. Number six. Number 4. Number 5. You are the last number. What the last person takes, you take after. You are number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, and then you are number 9, 10, no more. Please, this one, I have full and total control on it. When your question is wrong, I will ask your mic to be switched off. So, simple and please, straight to the point, so that we can make it as timely as possible. It is for all our goods, so that we can live on time. Yes, number 1. Take a Bible. Please go on, go on.
Yeah. Prob- no. It's the piglets are sucking normally, but probably maybe you are noticing one or two that are not really, sucking well. Yeah. Yeah, so you want to assist, in ensuring that either of them, one or two or three, is sucking well. So the sows, noting that you are coming, withdraws. Yeah, or the breast is lied on the floor like that. I don't know whether my question is clear.
what do you call it? Please borrow me the technical word. This of pigs, yes, taste as well as being able to be sensitive to, and just within some, very, not yet in the farm. They were not making noise for food before, but they will start to make noise for food. But if it's an experienced sow, you will see it trying to bend up so that some can suckle from this side, and then later some on this side. If that is not happen, if you notice that you must be there to observe. And when you are observing that, it may not be you, but the person you have employed on the farm must be there to observe. Oh, these two are not suckling well. In number of days, you will see the weight difference. And that was what informed what Lorente was saying, that the ones that are not privileged to suckle, you now intentionally, you will not in all cases expect your sow to lie down. There is suckling the piglets, and then you walk in a distractive manner, and it still lies down there. No. You must, sometimes, whether you come in through where it's not able to see you, and you are there quietly, and the piglet you must not hold the piglet in such a way that it make any noise. It makes any noise that distracts the mob, it's up to defend the territory. So it is learning animal husbandry that makes you to master how to be able to suckle your piglets.
Thank you so much.
Yes, this number 2. No, continue. Sorry. Go ahead. It was just that language I wanted to use that I said that's talking about other room or no other room. That's what I didn't want to go online. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Femi Loa. Thanks for yesterday's training. I started implementing some of the things you taught us yesterday. I started in my own farm this morning. I have to win some pigs today because they are already suckling their mother and the mother is dry, and I know the consequence of it. So thank you for yesterday. Now, two, my own take home is that from what doctor has said, for me, PFAN in Oyo State, even in Wapffor, where I come from, for some months now is dead. Maybe because of ASF, there has been contact between ourselves. We've not been doing anything together as an association. And we can't move to the level of we meeting the government, we giving our 1% or 1 naira or whatever to the government, we form an association without we coming together as a strong body. We can't ward off the agents, the buyers. We can't do all those things without we coming together as an association. So, sir, from here, if possible, what can we do? Because the truth is, the man that spoke yesterday spoke about Wapffor farm settlement. That they're doing fantastic job there. That's where I come from.
The question.
My question or talk or point is, what are we doing from here to make the association stand very strong? Thank you.
What can
we do, or what are we doing from here that will make the association stand very strong, so that we can meet with the government, we can meet ourselves, we can train ourselves, we can do a lot of things, starting from here, because the truth is, we are dead for some time. Thank you.
The question is, I would say, is an observation. All of us here, majority of us, we have farms. It's only very few that have no farms. But the point, because this is not a question, I believe so, my response from my own part here is that how many of us belong to association? When we call for meetings, are we there? When we are contributing, are we contributing? Are we paying our dues? You want to talk to government, you are not in any way connected with government. Where is Mr. Mr. Ojo is the chairman of Lagos State PFAN. Please stand up, sir. Is the zonal coordinator, even for Southwest. You can give him an applause because he's, whatever he's doing. Sit down, sir. About 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks, is he up to that? 2 weeks. He drove with petrol, whatever. He drove to Ibadan just to come and for us to have a meeting. He was the one that said, I want to come and we have a meeting, which was part of this. Mr. Ayobami, I never knew him from Adam. Mr. Ojo introduced him and spoke of his credibility to me. That's why we are able to host this program. Now, please, PFAN is not doing any, ASF has happened. When ASF is happening, this man's farm and my farm, very close. I'm experiencing ASF. I won't even disclose to him. And he will visit me, even in my house, not my farm. The clothing and the shoe with which I went to my farm, which I bring the same thing to my house. He will come and visit me, and he will go with it to his own house, and like that to his farm. Non-disclosure. So if you want PFAN to do anything, what is one problem that we have? Low level or non-reportage. That's the language of the World Organization of Animal Health, which was formerly OIE, but now WOAH. If you report to your cluster leader will escalate to the other levels till it gets to the state. And then that man you saw yesterday, Dr. Moses Arokoyo, his office is in Mokola Clinic there. Something will be done. That man, please stand up, Mr. Benjamin. That is the National Secretary of PFAN. He's a big man, but he has been sitting since yesterday at the back there. He's based here as well as in Ogbomoso. Thank you, sir. That man has personally gone to clusters, Ogbomoso, Ibadan here. He will take sprayer, go and decontaminate and whatever. Yes or no, sir? Farms, personally at his own cost. But when you don't report, when the information is not known, the one that happened in Lagos, how many years back, sir? I personally called Dr. Alabi Olaniran was the chief veterinary officer of Nigeria then. After calling him, that was the time nobody could move. I was privileged to be moving around. The medication or whatever, the chemicals in Lagos that they need to spray or whatever, fumigate Okearo, was not sufficient. Specifically, some quantity was shipped from Abuja and transferred to Lagos for use on that farm. When there is reportage through the right channel, something will be done. It is because we don't appreciate ourselves and there is no coordination. If you tell the person that is heading your cluster and nothing is done, we already have contacts now. I don't want us to go into back and forth. You have my number. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Now, despite the ASF in Oyo State, the government gave us some disinfectant, and I am sure Akufu, it has gotten to your cluster. So when you say the association is dead. Even last month, Akufo still received disinfectant from the state government. So when you are passing information, it's very good we pass it rightly. When you say it's dead, everybody will think it's dead. The government representative that dispense this to the association, because I'm a member of the state association too, and I am sure it got to Akufo because your chairman is a member of the association. So please, when you say things like this, let's be careful of how we say it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Shegelad was here yesterday. He belongs to Akufo. Mr. Olaiwola is farm. Is in one, I don't know whether he runs in Akufo now, but in his house, I know he has a farm right behind there. If I'm not moving around, even as national president, how will I know people's farm? So if you say, yes, I'm dead, but you can see I'm talking. Because I take myself as PFAN. So I know I'm doing the bits that I can do together with the ESCO members. It is, we have said, this is what is available. We give to your chairman. If it does not get to you, so it's now my fault. If you are not invited here now, how would we know you are in Akufo Farm Cluster where your chairman is? Talk to yourself. Let's solve your problem. Number 3. We can talk after this. Yes.
Yeah, so during the course of discussion, my name is Adeji Molushagun from Oyo. During the course of the discussion yesterday, we are talking about the consumption of feeds. And most of what we use to feed our pigs are waste, cassava peels and so on. Sir, can we give what should be the appropriate composition of feed in terms of ingredients for various categories of our pigs, the poor, the sour, and the piglets, in terms of protein content, carbohydrate, and so on, and creep as well? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. A short way to answer your question: go for training. Training. If you want to go, if you want to formulate your feed yourself, how would you, if I say, okay, maize, 25 kilo, how would you differentiate? Yes, you can only differentiate yellow maize from white maize. I lysine maize. How would you differentiate it? You don't know. If I say, go and bring this particular 15 kg of GNC or soybean meal, not soybean, full fat soya. Do you know full fat soya? Can you differentiate full fat soya from soybean meal? You must have known certain things. But what we are always looking for the shortest way to the 15% of this. Yes, I can give you often. Okay, for your winner feed, 50 kg, or let's say 45 to 50 kg of maize. Use 25% of soy, whether soybean or soy meal. Then use corn offal, 15%. What is remaining? Use wheat offal, 10%. What is remaining? Go ahead. 0.25, that's 2% in a ton. 2.5 in a ton of premix. Salt, use 0.3. What is again left? You have not put bone meal. Bone meal, you can use up to 1.8, or you use up to 2. Then let's say oyster shell or whatever, use 1 kg. So how many kg is left? I'm the one giving the figures. You are not even calculating. So all you need to know is that your creep feed should not be less than 22% crude protein, and the energy not less than 3,200 metabolizable energy per kilogram. How do you get to that? If your winner feed, okay, should be 20%. Your grower feed should be 18%. Your maintenance ration, general ration, can be as low as 16% or 17%. So how do you get to that 17% or 16%, the energy content? How do you, if you don't go for training? Thank you. Number 4.
Okay. I'm Mrs. Aku, Mama Pig for short. When it comes to feeding, I always tell people, especially pig farmers, you need to either, as you say, go for training or pay people, professionals. Once you pay them, it will be small money, but they will give you all the formulas. Because when it comes to pig feeding, number one, you have to know the nutritional needs of the various classes of animals. And then you have to know the composition of all the ingredients. And an ordinary farmer will not have time for that. So there are professionals, nutritionists. You just tell them, these are the ingredients I have. They will formulate these rations for you. They will formulate creep feed. They will formulate gestation, that's for pregnant animals. They will formulate lactation for those with piglets. They will formulate the creep feed for you. You will pay them, and that one is permanent, your property. So if you don't want to go for training, because going for training, you might not know the nitty-gritties. Just involve the services of nutritionists. You just pay them, they will formulate based on the different ingredients that are available in your locality. Balanced diet. And I tell you, if you have balanced diet, the animals will need to just eat small. And then they will give you the results. But if you give them jargon, they will eat plenty and shit plenty. And they will not give you what you are looking for. So that's the simplest thing. I standing here, I'm a pig farmer. I don't formulate. I'm also an animal scientist. I don't have time. I pay the nutritionist. He makes my formulas for me. Anytime I want to change ingredients, I'll just call him, give him money. He'll just tell you how many kg of maize, how many kg of this, and that's all. So the simple way out, look for nutritionists, pay them small because they are trained. So that small money you give them, they will formulate and give you. Thank you very much.
I want to give some comments because as well I need to go in 5 minutes, sorry. I need to go back, so Spain, I'm really sorry not to stay longer. I hope to come back more in the future, have more time for you to discuss. So I'm going to just give some comments for the questions they have done, but then a general comment. Totally agree with you, ma'am. So it's, if you ask me about nutrition, maybe you think that I know about everything related with pig production. I will tell you I don't know nothing. But it's because I don't want to do it. I mean, I work in production. I take care of the pigs. I know how to manage the facilities, the equipment. But there are a lot of experts that they work in nutrition. They know what to do. As he says, there are a lot of ingredients that you need to know the composition. Not only the composition, how you mix them. There are toxic ingredients. The corn or the soya, maybe if in the good amount, that's okay. If you put too much, they are toxics. Okay, so you can have a lot of problems. So try to focus in what you are doing. Don't try to know about everything, because for that we have experts that they can help you. So what I do when I need to ask for feeding, I take the phone, I call the people that is working with that, and I ask them, this is what you have to do, okay? Then, just before the last comment is for your question, because it's more about what you can do. So the question about the piglets, the suckling piglets, the professor, he has already answered you perfectly. So just the first thing you need to see, you need to understand why they are weak. I mean, it's because they haven't taken the colostrum, okay? It's because they are sick, it's whatever. So you need to first do all the things that we have been talking this morning, okay? To be sure that they take the colostrum, to be sure that the small ones, they take it. You know what happened in the south? You see the teats of the south. Eh? Where is more milk in the teats of the south? Do you know where? Here, in this part. Where are the biggest piglets go? Where they go? Here. What happens with the smallest ones? They arrive here if you don't help them. So when they arrive here, what happened with these teats? There is no milk, or just small milk. So they are really small and they don't have milk. So you need to help these small ones to take these ones. This is why we need to put the biggest in the other side, okay? And then my last comment, when you were talking about what you can do, what you can do from now, what you can do. I always say that. I mean, we are here trying to help you, the pig farmers, the workers, trying to provide some trainings, trying to tell you what we are doing in other places, but you know better than me or than no more, any other one, which one are your problems. So the only solution is that you need to sit together. You are the farmers. Sit together from this meeting now. Get the contacts of the people that are here. Get your contacts between you, between the farmers. Get the contacts between you. Sit down. Maybe call the National Association. They can help you. Sit down and discuss what are your problems right now. And then discuss between you what you can do to try to solve the problems. You need to find them. I mean, the association can help you a little bit. The government, I'm not so sure. So you need to find the solutions for your problems. It's the only way. Sit down all together and try to work all together. And thank you very much, because this has been really, really nice days today, these days with you.
I have not released you. I have not released you. Wait. There is this man who wants to listen to only you.
Sorry, I'm having to speak. Oh, okay, the questions.
I have 2 minutes.
Okay, fine. Is it possible to teach pigs little words of command so as to make their management easier? E.g., walking them to the scale for weighing or moving them from pen to pen. Most times we have to force them, put something in their mouth and drag them, and we injure them. Whereas we just want to weigh them, or we want to move them from pen to pen. Whereas if we had taught them little words of command, like you call your dog, come, 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 and he comes, he's not injured. We need to teach our pigs these common commands. That's one. What is the solution for caring? What is the solution for calming down angry or vicious pigs? When your sow has just littered, some of them want to attack the litters. What do you do to calm them down? In the process of attacking, they kill some of the litters. We must know how to handle them to calm them down so that we record less mortality.
We don't have time for more questions. These two, that's fine. I will answer because, sorry, I need to go. Okay. How you can calm your sows to be less aggressive and to reduce the mortality? I have told you a little bit before. The first thing is to adapt, okay, them to the place. okay? If you are moving the sows from another place to the farrowing, okay, you need to adapt them, okay, adapt, okay? Then, how, why the sows used to be nervous or aggressive, okay? The most of the times is because they are hungry, okay? They are hungry. This is why they try to beat sometimes the piglets. You see that there are sows that they try to beat the piglets. They are aggressive. It's because they are hungry. So you need to give the food they need. Probably they need more food. And then if you use something like straw or something similar, I don't know if you have straw, you can achieve straw here, but some enrichment material for the sow, this is going to do the sow to be more calm, okay? So this is the only way, okay? And then what you were talking about, how to teach the pigs moving around, it's a good question. If it's really difficult for you to do it, sometimes my only recommendation, what I have done sometimes, just open the door. If you have a door, just open the door and go. Yes. And you will see, if you are trying to move them, they don't move them. If you open the door and you go, in some minutes, they will go out, alone. I promise, just do it.
Now, please, I have said, no, you are not going there because you can't go now. Yes, the next question, give the microphone to...
But I don't have time for my
Great
questions.
farmers. Great farmers. No farmer. My remarks and comments, it's been touched specially. But let me use this opportunity before Martins leave, that if you permit me, sir, to say that in behalf of all the farmers present here, we want to express our deep gratitude for what you have done for us. Please. We appreciate the wealth of information you have given us. And I also want to thank Olashupo of AGROBREEDER for bringing you here. And I want to say that if we have cause to call you again to come to us, I hope you will respond. So thank you very much, Martins, for what you have done for us. Thank you so much. Great farmers, my appeal is to please beg all of you who are farmers there, who have not registered with the Pig Farmers Association of Nigeria. Let me see your hands up. I'm a farmer here, I have not registered. Please, see me before you leave. I will take your name, I will take your contact, and I will take your state where you had come from. So we'll take it up from there. Let's save some time.
Thank you very much. Aha, that's a good one. But permit me, Dumade, Mr. Dumade, please get a sheet of paper, and then from time to time I'll be asking who are those people. Take the list, just round, take their names and numbers. Who, the next person? Okay, let me hear from Baba here first.
I want to appreciate, my name is Shegun Adeyinka from Ogun State. I want to appreciate everyone that is here. I want to appreciate our instructor and our prof. My questions, I feel one has been asked and answered, but my response to that one is that the vicious sow that attacks the piglets during farrowing. I had experience sometimes ago about these vicious sows. So what I did then was that as soon as that sow farrows, I removed the piglets. As soon as it farrows, I removed the piglets. So after farrowing, then I now try to calm the sow down. We give iron injection, and we give some fruits, and it was calmed down. Then we now introduced those piglets back and took them, didn't kill any of them. So that was what we did. Then number 2, sir? I wanted to hear that question. My first question, the first one was an explanation. Then the second one is that, you know, the joy of a farmer is to have sows, is to raise piglets. But oftentimes you discover that when a sow farrows like that, when you want to farrow, it farrows all the piglets dead. You don't have anyone surviving at all. So in a situation like this, what do we do? After 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and you discover all the piglets were born dead. So what do we do? Then on feed also, when the sows, when they give birth like this, when they farrow, discover that the feed you have been giving them before the farrowing, they tend not to eat it again. So you need to change. Am I lying, sir? So what do we do at this point in time? Then the fourth one, I observe certain phenomenon sometimes. What happened? The sow farrowed, and we discovered that all the piglets were just shaking. And it did not stop that day. Second day, third day, it did not stop. So it took some time. We lost some, and while some survived. So what could have been responsible for this as well? Yeah. And so the last one is not a question. I have a farmer here, he's a medical practitioner, and he has been a farmer. We have been together for some time. So when I informed him of this program, he obliged to come. So Mr. Akini, welcome, sir.
Okay, so...
Wait, sorry, Xavier. Sir, no, sit down, sir. There is one doctor, Tommy Asuni. Yeah. He's a medical doctor, you don't know him. But he's the former MD of, what's this fish on the, Durante. Good. He has his own farm now. But he's also a medical doctor he has worked in Dizengoff, he has worked in farm milk. Farmer from day one that he finished from medical school after housemanship and everything. So you are still welcome. Thank you very much. So the next person. Oh,
let me answer this once because we don't know if we will have time for all of that. So, okay, the first question, it was that, well, the first was a discussion. The question, if you go and you find all the piglets dead, okay, in a litter, first of all, you need to see how the piglets are, what that means. If you find mummies, if all of them, they are like mummies, you know mummies?
Mummies,
okay.
that is dead.
Yeah, but they are dark, or that, this is a health problem, okay? So, and that level.
What did you call it? Let him hear very well.
What?
Health problem.
Yeah, okay. So this is a health problem. So it's something that has happened during gestation. So I don't know what can be. You should call your vet or see what's going on, okay? Then you can have different problems. Why all the piglets are dead? If the piglets are dead, but you see they are well done, that means they were finished. Okay, almost ready to be alive, and they are dead. Maybe the problem is that the sow, he has problem during the farrow. Okay, as I have told you before, for example, sometimes the people, they inject oxytocin before farrowing without nothing, without nothing about what is going to know. So if you inject oxytocin and the first piglet is like that and the rest are pushing, they are going to come all dead, but they will be big piglets, good piglets. So you need to see how they are, okay? Which kind of deaths do you have? And the other point could be the sow. If you have a sow really narrow, okay, that is not in good condition, there is no fat, she has not eaten, you can have a lot of opportunities to have dead piglets, okay? Then the other one about the feed, when you give feed to the sow, maybe before the farrow she takes, and then after she rejected, she doesn't want, this could be normal. I mean, after the farrow, just after the farrow, the sow is tired, okay? It's really tired. It's like women after farrowing. They are like, I cannot move more, okay? So just wait a little bit, okay? Don't give too much food. And then my recommendation is, if you are later, if you are there, just take a little bit of food, a little bit, and just give it to the sow. If you see that the sow is getting up and is going to the feed, now you can start feeding. But after the farrow, it's normal not to eat, because the sow is completely tired. Okay? And the last one is a difficult question, but this about the shivering piglets you can have. Mainly there are two reasons for that.
That's shaking that you talked about.
One reason is genetics, okay? What does mean genetics? If you have a really inbreeding problem in your farm, okay, that you have a close population, and you have not renovated your genetics, this can be one of the problems, okay? You understand me? You can more or less, because sometimes it's difficult to catch me.
He got the point. He's a practitioner himself.
And then the other problem sometimes happen is that when you are giving some food, sometimes you can find in some of the corn, for example, you can find mycotoxins. Okay? So the mycotoxins can produce as well this kind of problem. So it's difficult to solve, but if you have a lot, if you have only one sometimes, okay, don't worry too much. But if you have a lot of them, okay, you should review your inbreeding, and you should review as well the feeding, okay, to see the quality of the feed. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Can we give him a round of applause? Thank you very much, Xavier. We are not going here, but Xavier, you can have your seat now, but permit me, because they have to leave for Lagos, 3 of them, and we will have to, you know, there is a period called interlude. So we have not actually closed, but we want to smuggle in what looks like interlude be the closing ceremony, because they want to leave, but we will still take and respond to further questions or discussion. But let me quickly invite the director, ably represented by the deputy director, who in his own capacity as the deputy director is also supposed to be here. Welcome with me, Farmer Adetumbi. You don't want to give him a, because I'm not calling any title today, I'm calling him Farmer. That's the person that is steering the ship. Now, I will also invite on this other side of the table the head of program of the Livestock Improvement Program, because what we are discussing, the commodity is livestock. Farmer Festus Ajayi. So this time around, I will now, he's not a farmer, he's not one of us. This person, I don't know if you will give him, but give him the title you like. But I know him as agro breeder. So give a round of applause to Mr. Ayobami.
Thank you so much, everybody. And as we bring the 2 days program to a close, I really appreciate everybody. I appreciate everyone who have supported in one way to bring in this wonderful, remarkable event to a success. Thanks to everybody who has spoken since yesterday. We appreciate all the representative of NIAS from Abuja who came around, Doctor who spoke yesterday. We were really impacted, and we appreciate your collaborations and your contributions to this wonderful program. Special thanks goes to the director of IAR&T, the person of Professor Veronica Obatoru, ably represented by the deputy director, and we also appreciate the head of Livestock Improvement Program, IAR&T. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you for these 2 days. It has been wonderful with IAR&T, and I must say that IAR&T, when I got here, I've heard about so many things that they do, but when I got here, I got to know about all the agricultural research and the trainings that they do, and we appreciate your contributions to the growth of agriculture in the Southwest and even in Nigeria at large. Thank you so much to everybody, and it's a prayer that the Institute will continue to do well and to move from one level of increase to another. And special thanks goes to, on the platform of the PFAN now, we want to appreciate our national president, the person of Professor Kingsley Oluwatomisin Adeshenyiwa. Thank you so much for all your contributions to this wonderful event. It has been very eventful, from the planning to the, to the arrangement and everything. He has been inside of the whole thing, to inviting important dignitaries to the event, to hosting us in this place, to so many things that I cannot mention. But we really, really value you, not just as the head of, one of the people, one of the head in the National Institute of Animal Science, but of course, as not just a professor, but then for his contributions to pig farming in Nigeria. We appreciate it so much, and it is our prayers that God will continue to increase you even in strength, because strength is needed. Yesterday was with us all through, and even today, and that's what we can say, that God will continue to increase you in strength, and God will help us to also represent the industry and to also be good people who you can be proud of in the years to come. To all representatives of PFAN, Mr. Ojo Olakunle, the president, the coordinator for PFAN Lagos, he has really been supportive, not just this year. I've known him for quite a while, and we really appreciate it. Is he in the hall? I can't say, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming around. Thank you.
In absentia, Mrs. Zaria Suleiman, they are all our one. Even though we are in Jos, they are our family, and we really appreciate all your contribution. Mr. Ben, the National Secretary for PFAN, thank you so much, Mr. Ben. We really appreciate your contributions and everything. We appreciate you. Where is he, Mr. Ben? He must be somewhere. Yeah, I saw him now. Thank you so much, Mr. Ben. We really appreciate you. Thank you. These are the people, because of this program, it has really brought a lot of people together, and these are people who are friends and family. Yeah, that's on the part of appreciating individual. And everybody, there's another organization who I just met, and I cannot do without appreciating them. They served us pork yesterday. Madam Justina, I call her Madam Justina. She called me during the week or before this event that is it possible for them to, they want to come and collaborate, and their only little contribution is to come and show us processing. And they said they will come with, the next question I asked is that, are we going to be paying for the pork everybody will be eating? They said no. They said this is their own contribution to this event. We really appreciate them. And the name of their organization is Skodak Nigeria Limited. I think that the director was here with them. They came with their big, massive vehicles with their pork and everything. And they are collaborating with Skodak Nigeria Limited and Meat and Grills. Am I right? Meat and Grills. They are wonderful people. You've demonstrated, you've contributed to this program without collecting a dime. Thank you so much. And I want to let you know that you are important. Very, very important. You are much appreciated. And in the nearest years to come and many other programs, we will collaborate very well. Very well. Thank you so much, sir. Time did not permit me to call you yesterday to appreciate you, but I'm doing that right now, and I really appreciate you. And every farmer who came, some people registered from Anambra. I was even the person who registered the woman, but because of so many people, I forgot. Just got to know that she's the one. Thank you so much, and for inviting your husband too. Thank you. That's Mr. and Mrs. Odelagu or Odulaga. I'm sorry. Either Odelagu or Odulaga. Any one of it. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you for coming around. And we pray that the industry will continue to grow in our end in this place. Now, as we bring from our own end, we would like to present an award, mostly when we have these kind of mega programs, not in every program, but in mega programs like this. We appreciate people who have been contributing immensely to the growth of mentorship and trainings, and the growth of the pig industry, wherever it is that we go to. And on this special occasion, where Shegun, you can bring the awards. We have some awards for some important dignitaries. Everybody is really important, but on this very occasion, we have selected these people as the people that we will be giving awards to. It's just a way of saying thank you. You can come with the awards. It's a way of saying we appreciate your contributions. It's a way of saying we honor your contribution so far to the industry. And yeah, thank you. So the first, yeah. And lest I forget, for those who are watching online, I know there are people who wanted to come. They messaged me that they won't be able to make it, and then we shared the link to them that they will watch. Thank you so much for following since yesterday, and we appreciate you too for joining up online from your different locations. So the first one we'll be presenting, this one is to an award of honor, of course, for your immense contributions to agricultural training programs and farmers' capacity building in modern agriculture. This one is presented to the director of IAR&T, the person of Professor Veronica A. Obatolu, ably represented by the So we are inviting the director to come and receive the award. Shegun, be here.
let me make this small comment based on the existing protocol. This award is presented to the director of the institute. I'm only standing, and I will deliver the message. And I want to register the appreciation of the director of this institute to the organizers of this program. We really appreciate you. And we will still be collaborating further. We'll try and do more than we have done in the past. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the package. Yeah. The second one we'll be sharing quickly. Open it up. Okay, this one is to, it's good that grow up even as an organization, that we give appreciation to those who have been ahead and contributing so much to trainings, to mentorship, to leadership, you know, in so many ways. This is an award of honor also. This award also given for immense contributions to the growth of pig farming in Nigeria through sound leadership and mentorship. This was given to our president, the National President of the Pig Farmers Association of Nigeria, who is also Vice President of the Nigerian Institute of Animal Science. Please make welcome Prof. Akinyele Kingsley Adeshenyiwa.
Thank you very much for this honor. I appreciate it immensely, and I dedicate it to all pig farmers in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And as we're giving the award to Prof. Prof. Junior also came to take a photograph. That's Prof's daughter, and she's also a farmer too. Yeah. Okay, this one we are giving in absential, but I believe represented by someone. I think we did this yesterday. His direct he was supposed to be here, Prof. Eustace Yai, but I think he sent a representative yesterday who came directly from Abuja. And I believe, you know, he's a leader in NIAS, and we'll always have somebody who will represent him. I'm sorry, I don't know the person representing, but this one is an award for immense contributions to agricultural training programs and farmers' capacity building in modern animal science, given to Prof. Eustace Yayi, the registrar and CEO of the Nigerian Institute of Animal Science. A round of applause, please. Okay, this next set of awards are also award of honor. The first one will be given, no, not this one. We are giving this award to my dear friend. I call him my dear friend and brother. I think maybe about a year ago or maybe more, or maybe almost. I have a friend, there's a friend of mine, his name is Marcio. He's from Jam, he's into equipment, technology and all, who is and he's of World Pig Farms. And back then we collaborate in so many things, and in our conversations he said, okay, by the reason of the things you do in this location, that there's somebody I would like to introduce to you, and that's how I met with Javia. And since then, we had meetings and collaborations, and from there, we began to be so close, and we ran so many programs virtually for farmers in Africa. We had some that we had with our other wonderful colleagues in Brazil and some other locations, and we decided that this year, for the first time, we'll be hosting him in Africa. I think it's the first time he's in Africa, and we really appreciate all that you do. This week that he came to this place, is a very, very busy time because they're having a program the following week, a congress somewhere, but he still have to come down. We really appreciate all your contributions, the trainings you gave, all your contributions to see that we do well and we do better in our pig farming and in our understanding of the modern system. He's a global swine advisor, and he's also the technical director of 333 Academy. We are giving you this award for your tremendous contributions to trainings and mentorship of pig technicians, primarily in the global swine industry. This one is given to Javia Lorente Martins. Please, a round of applause. Thank you. Yeah, a round of applause once again. Yeah. Now, there's someone that I have to tell you, to be sincere with you. This one is to Mr. Tommy Olatunde. Please, a round of applause as he come up. Mr. Tommy, before I give you this award, this man you are seeing here, he has been, and that's why this award is an award of honor. But not just an award of honor. Wherever it is that he is, we do, in AGROBREEDERS, we normally have 4 quarterly summits. And I have to be sincere with you that whenever it is that we call upon him that we're having this summit coming up, sometimes he will be in a location, honestly speaking, he will join that event. Even the one we didn't invite him, he will join the event. And he won't only join the event, either his picture is on it or not, he will contribute to the event. He has been collaborating. So even coming here physically, I have to be sincere with you. I didn't know he would be able to come because I know his schedules and all. Even a week before that time, I was still thinking he won't be able to make it. But he has been so supportive so many years. We met last year in Enugu, and despite all those things, he will come in, he will go back. I mean, still identifying the system, not forgetting that he's a Nigerian. It's really a lot, and we appreciate it so much. I want you to know, I have never had this opportunity to tell you, but I have to tell you that you are doing a big work, and you've contributed in so many ways. We appreciate you. So he's the African technical manager, of Choice Genetics France. And we are giving you this award for your immense contributions to our global, virtual, and on-site swine mentorship summit. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. No. Thank you so much. Mr. Tommy is not a man of much words. So the next one we are giving, we have just 2 more. Where's the black one? We have just 2 more to go. Now I'm giving this one to Javia. Doesn't work alone. They have 3 systems in 333. They have the 333 corporate and the largest one, 333 corporate. Then under it, we have the academy. So he is the training director. But this one is to Pedro, our dear friend and brother, Pedro Lopez Romero, the director of 333 Academy. And I'm also giving him this for his tremendous contributions to training and mentorship of pig technicians in the global swine industry. Yeah, and this one is to the Chief Executive Officer, 333 Corporate. It's an award of honor presented to our dear friend and brother Xavier Salamo. He's the Chief Executive Officer of 333 Corporate, under which we have the 333 Academy. And it's an award for his tremendous contributions also to training and mentorship of pig technicians in the global swine industry. And, the last but not the least, bring this out. Now, the academy that came to train us that we collaborate, 1998 to 2023, I think, was it in the month of July or August? I think July or August, thereabout, or May, yeah. In May, they are celebrating their 25th year anniversary of trainings and mentorship. The academy was founded in 1998, and on this year, 2023, makes it 25 years of global mentorship, and also this an award is a plank, actually. We are joining many across the globe to celebrate and congratulate the directors and team members of 333 Corporate for 25 years of dedication to impactful and transformative mentorship of pig technicians and staffs across the globe. We commend your commitment, consistency, and contributions to the swine industry globally, and we wish you many more years of impact.
So thank you very much. I don't know where I'm going to carry all of this to my home, but anyway, I really appreciate that. Thank you as well for our company from 333 Corporate. So we have been now 25 years doing trainings and trying to help industries to develop. We expect to be more than others 25 years. So it has been a pleasure to be here. Continue. Thank you to AGROBREEDERS Nigeria, because you have done it. So it has been, I know, really hard months to do this to have this done. So thank you very much for all your effort. And continue with this passion. I think trainings are everything. Without knowledge, without training, we don't have pig production. We don't have pigs. So I encourage you to continue with this passion for the trainings, for this passion for learning, and I encourage you to continue trying to push in that direction. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much. We want to appreciate everybody who came from different locations. Thank you so much. Every supporter, Mr. The coordinator of the hall, that is Pastor Owo Sibo. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. He has been very wonderful. Technicians, the sound people, thank you so much. Dr. Dele Boladuro, thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate you. Dr. Shorunke, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We are brothers, and I really appreciate all that you do in this place, and we won't forget it. Thank you so much. I'll rest. I'll rest here now.
Permit me to say it's a privilege to be part of this, but I must also tell you, you can see I'm short of words. Mr. Ayobami, like the Ugandan president, Idi Amin said, who can remind me what he said? When you come to my territory, I will retaliate. Because I see this as a coup. I never saw this coming. And then I thought, but we appreciate you. Thank you very much for having the interest and the passion. We have youth. Mr. Ayobami is a young man. There are so many people of his age, of his status, that will believe there is nothing in agriculture for them to venture into. And for taking passion to say, oh, let's train farmers, whether in pig training, in this other training, in that, I think is something commendable. Can we give him a round of applause? So on behalf of the farmers, I think my brother here did something that is unique. So let me follow suit by doing the one that is traditional to us. 3 gbosa to the young man. Gbosa, gbosa, gbosa. So that's to show our appreciation for what you have done for the pig family. It's one body, you can see. Not know that is this important. You can see men and women gathered because of what? Pig. What is bringing all of us here together? Pig. So, having said that, yes, it is the closing ceremony for us to wrap up what we have done for the 2 days. I will say, yes, this aspect of it is award presentation. But one other side to it, which I want the deputy director to do before he goes, because that man, let's remove from him for a second the cap of representing the director and the cap of being the deputy director. Who is Dr. Adetumbi? Dr. Adetumbi is a breeder and a geneticist, but plants. But do we have 2 principles for breeding and genetics? No. So he's not a stranger to what we are doing, but his own competent area is for crops. And that man has a lot of feathers on his shoulders. So, sir, I will invite you to close this ceremony, even when we may still amongst ourselves have reason to deliberate. You actually declared it open, and because you are here with us, we also want to give you that privilege and that honor. Now, in your capacity as the Deputy Director of the Institute, to declare this workshop closed, while I commend the effort of the representative of Mr. Yokediji of AgroInfotech, who came to make a presentation this morning, who in his own capacity is the deputy to the country rep of Hillary. You can see he's covering his eyes. Dr. Tunde Amole is the country rep, but he's not in the country presently. His able lieutenant, dependable lieutenant, is Dr. Adekeye, and he has come to represent the state in this manner. Can we celebrate him with a round of applause? We are very grateful, sir. So you see why you cannot sneak out. And I don't still know what my deputy director will say. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Deputy Director.
Thank you very much, sir. What is there again to say? Other than to say, that we thank God. For people that have traveled from far and near since yesterday, and those that are joining today, we thank God Almighty for granting you journey mercy to this place. And it's also my prayer that God Almighty will grant you journey mercy back to where you are going from here. So, I know that all that we have learned from yesterday will be put into practice, because there is no gain in listening to lectures without making use of it. So the beauty of this workshop will be to see it in the increased activity. So I enjoy all of us that have stayed here all along to put what we have learned into practice. And then we see it in what we will be consuming. Maybe the price will come down. The price of a kilo of baking pork will come down. Is that a guarantee? So on behalf of myself, I want to say that socializing discussion can continue, but I want to declare this workshop closed. Thank you.
Having done justice by officially declaring the workshop closed, yes, the curtain is drawn officially, but unofficially, we can still discuss. And when I say unofficially, we can interact personally, but before we stand up or move around, I want to invite Mama Pig. That's Mrs. Mariaku, who says she has something to share with us before we go.
Pig farmers, pig businessmen and women, ladies and gentlemen. You know, one of the problems that